Hello, my name is JB Deveza. I'm a journalist and has been one since 1994. I'm also a member of NUJP, the National Union of Journalists of the Philippines. It is an organization of journalists and media workers around the country. Like other media organizations, we campaign against misinformation and we fight also fake news. You could say fighting fake news has been an uphill battle. This fight, I'm glad more and more people are joining the fight, like Smart PLDT, because fighting fake news is a fight that we all must take part in if we are to move forward as a community and as a nation. But what is fake news? What is news? News is newly received or noteworthy information, especially about recent or important events. It may be about distance learning and how public school students are coping with this method of education. It can be about the latest development in show business, like the love team of Catherine Bernardo and Daniel Padilla. It can be about sports. In other words, news can be about anything that affect our lives for good or for bad. Showbiz, sports, politics, peace and order. All these are news and we consume these every day, whether through social media, radio, TV, or newspapers. Fake news or disinformation, on the other hand, is factually incorrect information made to resemble news. Fake news is used to spread rumors, create tension and distrust, disrupt the political process, control public opinion. This information is spread by parties who want to strengthen their position, weaken the position of their adversaries, or both. Although relatively recent term, this information has been with us for a long time. In fact, in much of the last century, it was used as a tool for warfare. With social media came a perfect solution to spread this information. Because fake news are usually catchy and outrageous, and because lies generally are more interesting than the truth, disinformation or fake news can spread easily. After fake news has been spread, this enters the public consciousness. Once this happens, fake news can be very hard to refute. It can even be used as a source material, even if the information is so patently false. So who falls for fake news? Well, we all do. We all do. At some point, even reputable news organizations and journalists fall for fake news. No? But this doesn't mean that the information on the internet is no longer trustworthy. It does mean, however, and this is crucial, that all of us need to be able to discern which are true and which are falsehoods, which are news and which are fake news. In order to prevent the spread of fake news, here is a quick guide to spotting it. Number 1, read past the headline. One way that fake news gets amplified is that busy readers may not look past the headline or the opening paragraph before they decide to share the article. Fake news publishers sometimes exploit this tendency, writing the beginning of the story in a straightforward manner before filling in the rest with obviously false information. In other cases, clicking through the article will reveal the story really has no backup. It really provides nothing in terms of sources. Number 2, Check what news outlet published it. Unfamiliar websites plastered with ads and all caps headlines should draw immediate skepticism. It's very simple to just Google the site's name and check out the other articles that it posts. So that will help determine if the site is trustworthy or not. Many fake news sites will outright say also that they are satire and that they don't contain factual information. But you have to be very discerning when you see this. So number 3, check the published date and time. Another common element in fake news is that old articles or events can resurface and lead people to believe they just happened. Checking the published timestamp is something that readers can quickly do to prevent being misled. Sometimes, however, finding out when an event happened can take a bit more work, such as when the date of an article is current, but the events described are old. Click through links and read carefully to determine when the event described actually happened. Number 4, who is the author? Looking at who wrote the article can reveal a lot of information about the news source. Searching through the author's previous article can show whether they are a legitimate journalist or have a history of spreading falsehoods. Number 5, look at what links and sources are used. A lack of links or sources for claims in an article is obviously a warning sign that the post is likely false. Fake sites may also provide numerous links to sites that appear to back up their claims but are themselves spreading misinformation. Check to see if the claims are supported by links and if the sources are from reliable sources. Number 6, look out for questionable quotes and photos, and now even videos. It's incredibly easy for fake news writers to invent false quotes, even attributing them to major public figures. Be skeptical of shocking or suspicious quotes and search to see if they have been reported elsewhere. Likewise, it is easy to take a photo from one event and say it's from another. Images can be altered for a certain story. What you have to do is to use a reverse image either through Google or through tools like TinEye to help you find where the image originated. Number 7, beware of confirmation bias. People are often drawn to stories that enforce the way we see the world and how we feel about certain issues. Fake news is no exception, and many of the articles that fall under its umbrella are designed to stir up those emotions in the readers and prey on their biases. It is important to check that the news are based on fact rather than sharing them because they support one side of an argument or bolster pre-existing political beliefs. Number 8, search if other news outlets are reporting it. If a story looks suspicious or claims to reveal major news, search to see if other news outlets are also reporting the story. A single article from a suspicious source making a grand claim should be viewed with heavy skepticism. If no reliable news organizations are also reporting the story, then it is most likely fake. Lastly, number 9, think before you share. Fake news sites rely on readers to share and engage with their articles in order for them to spread. In extreme cases, these fake articles can balloon out of control and have unintended consequences for those involved in the stories. Before ending this, I would like to share with you a short video about the tips and about how to spot fake news.
There's always been fake news, rumors, hoaxes, propaganda. But now, the world runs faster than ever, and communication is easier than ever. Anyone with a smartphone and Twitter account can shout their message to the world. But how does misinformation spread? Who shares these messages? How do you track false information as it ricochets throughout a social network? Indiana University data scientists, led by Filippo Menzer, are building tools to answer these questions. They are the creators of the Observatory on Social Media, or AWESOME, which houses tools such as Hoaxy that lets anyone trace the path of a rumor or hashtag as it spreads on Twitter. Another awesome tool, Botometer, lets you see if your new friend is a fake, a bot, or real. Using what they had learned on real social networks, the researchers then created their own simulated social network where they could control the flow of information. It's a bit like how meteorologists predict the weather, but rather than testing how winds or temperatures affect weather patterns, they tested different user ratios and information types. Fill up your simulated social network with a small amount of true and false information, and your simulated users will share the truth. Mostly. But load up that system with noise, and your simulated social media users get stressed out. They start to share information indiscriminately, so false information can go viral as well. That's especially true if you've got a bunch of loud-mouthed bots, which are automated accounts not run by people, drowning out everyone else. The lesson? Information overload makes you share junk. So what can you do? Think before you click. Read the story, not the headline. If it sounds unbelievable, Google it. And don't just follow people who already agree with you. Also, share this video, honestly.
So thank you for listening. If you need more resources to fight fake news, you can go to these websites: factcheck.org, TinEye reverse image search, VeraFiles fact check, and remember, think before you share, and when in doubt, don't. Thank you.